Now, it's a blow for Deputy President William Ruto as ICC judges allow Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda to use evidence of statements recorded by missing witnesses. This comes as the ICC Appeals Chamber avoided issuing a conclusive decision on whether to revive President Uhuru Kenyatta's case. Aaron Acheng begins our bulletin with that story.
The International Criminal Court is now in session. Ludenza Corporal International, 8 word.
The International Criminal Court's appeal chamber has reversed the trial chamber's decision not to refer Kenya to the Assembly of State Parties for non-cooperation in the case against President Uhuru Kenyatta. ICC President Silvia D. Gumendi, who read a summary of the judgment in an open court, also said the trial chamber erred in linking the criminal case against Uhuru and the conduct of the prosecution staff.
The appeals chamber considers that if the trial chamber was uncertain about the importance of the potential evidence, it is unclear why it concluded that the lack of the requested evidence prevented it from exercising its functions.
The appeals chamber has now sent ICC Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda's application back to the trial chamber for a new determination after finding that there were factual errors on how it came to its decision in the first place. The chamber will decide if it has discretion to make a finding for non-compliance and to refer the matter to the Assembly of State Parties, even where it had been determined that a state has failed to comply with the request for cooperation.
The possibility of obtaining the necessary evidence, even if the revised request was to be fully executed, is still nothing more than speculative.
Bensouda has blamed the Kenyan government's non-cooperation for collapse of her case against President Uhuru Kenyatta.
The appeal chamber considers that future cooperation by a requested state is a relevant factor to be taken into account when deciding on the appropriateness of a referral. However, in the present situation, the appeals chamber is of the view that it is for the trial chamber and not another chamber to decide on the matter.
In her application dated November 2013, Bensouda asked Trial Chamber 5 to allow her to refer Kenya to the Assembly of State Parties over a failure to cooperate as required under the Rome Statute.
I am here today because, as the chamber...
She argued that the government of Kenya had refused to submit to her office important documents which she required to solidify her case against Uhuru. During 2 status conferences held to fast-track the progress of her office in preparing for the trial against Uhuru Kenyatta, Bensouda accused Kenya of withholding his records, land ownership records, vehicle within his possession, and among others, companies in which he is a shareholder. In representing the government of Kenya, Attorney General Githu Muigai had argued that Bensouda needed to file an application in the Kenyan High Court in order to access some of the private documents she had sought on President Kenyatta. Aaron Acheng, KTN News.